Today, I'm going to show you exactly how one of our SaaS clients was able to turn their lead gen on easy mode. And we're talking about a system so effective that they doubled their booked demos in just 30 days. If you've been running ads, focusing on SEO, or trying to optimize your website, and it feels like you just can't unlock that next level of performance, this video is for you. So here's what happened with this client, and this is going to blow your mind. Their booked demos doubled in 30 days from a single split test. Their demo form conversion rate went from 7% to 18%. And this is why we always say the easiest way for any company to increase their conversion rate is to implement CRO. And if you're unfamiliar with what CRO is, it just stands for Conversion Rate Optimization. And this is where you set up various tests on a website to see what performs better. And the best part is it's usually simple, free, and doesn't require additional traffic acquisition. So I'm going to start by showing you exactly what this test was, what pages were tested, and then I'm going to show you how to set this test up for yourself. But we're not going to stop there. After that, we're going to wrap things up by going over how to create a 6-month testing roadmap for yourself so that you can scale your tests month over month. And we'll go over this more later, but you can find our free 6-month CRO playbook below in the description. It also includes a free CRO tracker and a 148-point landing page checklist. So for this client, like I said, we ran what is called a split test. It's where you test 2 different pages against each other to see which one is converting best. Their old homepage consisted of a vertically centered hero section with minimal features and a few social proof scattered throughout the page. But their new homepage consisted of a horizontal hero layout with slightly more clear messaging and expanded features down the page with additional social proof. And that's it. It was a simple split test. We built their new homepage and then compared the data 30 days later, and it resulted in their booked demos doubling. But before we move on, there is a small detail about this test that I want to address because it's very important. After looking at the data, we noticed that page views to their demo page actually decreased by 22%, even though their booked demos doubled. And this just shows that the new homepage did a better job at qualifying visitors. It clearly helped unqualified users know that their product wasn't for them and helped convince qualified users faster. So now I'm going to show you how to create a 6-month CRO testing roadmap using our free CRO playbook. This will help you get organized and help you get short-term ROI as well as compounding results over time. So this is the free CRO playbook that I'll link to in the description below, but I'm going to quickly scan over this, show you how to use this playbook to structure your tests moving forward. So there's a little bit of content here you can read. We go over split tests versus A/B test. There's an entire setup tutorial on how to set up these tests for yourself. And we use a tool called Mida, and there is a link here to create a free Mida account, and it's free to use. And then we are now going to get into the actual roadmap itself. So in month 1, the main goal is to get benchmarks and then start getting some quick wins. So you want to go over your Google Analytics. If you have any heat maps or anything like that installed, you want to take a look at that data. And you also want to take a look at your conversion data. So whatever your primary goal is, maybe that's booking demos, getting new signups, you want to take a look at how much conversions you're getting compared to how much traffic you're getting. Then what we're going to do is we're going to set up an A/B test, and we're going to test a short versus a long headline in the hero section, and we're going to see which one performs best. The goal here is to build some quick momentum and to deliver some quick ROI that is just going to keep your team engaged and make it feel worth its while. And then month 2, this is where we're going to start diving into some landing page optimization. So we're going to take your homepage, which is the most visited page of your website, and we're going to do a split test. This is kind of an example here, but an example split test could be testing testimonials above the fold versus below the fold. Or you can do a more advanced split test and completely build out a new homepage like we did for the client that I showed you earlier. But we're going to split test the homepage here. And then in month 3, we're going to focus on removing funnel friction. So we're going to start taking a look at our forms, maybe testing single step versus multi-step forms. And then for an example test, we're going to do a multi-step form versus a single step form for demo booking, or you could change this to adding progress indicators to your forms. And we're going to see how well this performs. And then month 4, this is where we want to start tweaking our offer and our value propositions. So we're going to test different messaging versus, for example, start a free trial versus get started risk-free. We might look into adding urgency with some limited time bonuses, maybe rewrite some of the copy to highlight certain benefits over others. And an example test here is a free trial versus start risk-free for 14 days headline. And sometimes your offer is solid, but it just needs to be communicated in a different way. So in this test, we're not saying redo your entire offer in terms of your deliverables or in terms of what the customer gets. Just revisit how you're positioning that to the users. And then month 5, we're going to start dipping our toes into personalization and segmentation. This is where we're showing different messages to different audiences. And so, for example, we may show a different headline to someone who came from LinkedIn or social versus someone who came from a paid Google ad. And then month 6, now we have a good amount of data to work with. We can start really scaling the winners and then start continuous testing. So you can just repeat this over. But if you want to get a little bit more advanced, this is where you can start stepping into more advanced audience segmentation. But that is a little bit more of an advanced strategy, not enough of time to cover that in this video. And then you want to start tracking your results in a Crow tracker of some sort, which we actually have a free one here. And then we also have a free 148-point landing page checklist. This will go over how to optimize your pages to convert as high as possible. And then if it comes down to you like the idea of this roadmap and this playbook, but you just don't have time to run it, if you want us to run this for you, we definitely can do that. We cover the Crow strategy. We cover all of the Crow setup. When it comes to split tests, we handle landing page copy, design, and development. And then we also send over performance reports every single month to keep you in the loop. So we do all that for you. If that's something that you're interested in, there will be a link in the description where you can book a growth call.